Alright, what's up yins guys? Time for another video. And this is another story about double standards and back when I got unemployed a bunch of years ago and I was in college, and I'm titling this video Snootie and the Snot Snorter for a reason, and this is shit that I wanted to get around to doing a video about and never got around to it, but it comes up in people's stupid behaviors and double standards when I make fun of and have conversations outside of YouTube once in a while on kind of shit I make fun of. And if you're watching, if you're somebody that's different and not compliant with somebody else's criteria, and you have different beliefs and dress different than people, and this is kind of head games that people play. You know, it happens to be when people are sitting behind you and you know it's a big head game and it's done on purpose, but you know, because anyway, a lot of us were raised as we were a kid, you know, it's like, blow your fucking nose, don't sit around all sniffing and snorting away. But I was in a business math class anyway, how the story goes, and yes, there is a person, one I call Snootie and the other person's the Snot Snorter, and this is for a reason. And Snootie is the one I call Snootie was this woman that's kind of like the ones you ran into in maybe grade school or high school, and the snooty hairdo and maybe the collar maybe up to here or something, trying to, when they get older they have the similar dress, and they bragged that they landed some other yuppie guy, you know, with fancy car, house, and credit cards and all that jazz. But yeah, she got that whole dress, the whole deal, the look. And the Snot Snorter was this, I don't know, skinny, dorky looking guy. This was an odd pair sitting behind me. Mustache, and he seems older and she seemed in her 20s, but he had mustache, dorky haircut, funny, you know, sticking out ears, and a dorky shirt on. And I hear behind me, you know, well, because, you know, I think I had allergy seasons, you know, sometimes too myself, and sometimes in the winter we all carry something, you know, to blow our nose, or a sinus tablet, like, because it's common sense. But unlike some other people, and I feel like if you're watching like me, you probably felt like some people did this on purpose. They sit behind you and go ahead and do that because, oh, you're nobody, and they just do it on purpose, hoping that you'll say something. But yeah, I heard you know, always, you know, sniffing and snorting your nose, and a lot of people go in the bathroom, blow their damn nose, or they carry something with them. But I was trying to be a nice guy when I'm hearing this. I'm trying to ignore it, you know, I'm trying to look over something before the teacher come into class, but I'm trying to ignore it. But then I'm carrying a bunch of Kleenexes because I myself, you know, for little emergencies, you know, just in case, you know. But then still, when you carry Kleenexes, you may want to run to the restroom or something, you know, for an emergency, you know, because a lot of times, you know, when you know you have symptoms of something, common sense, you carry something, but not this guy. But I'm being a nice guy, and I offered this guy some tissue. I'll go here. And he refuses it. Yeah, he actually refused the Kleenex that I was offering him. I said, yeah, you got a problem here. You got some... And instead of taking it, like, he says, oh, no, it's all right. And I'm like, turn around, and I'm like, oh, all right, you know. And then I hear again, you know what I mean? I'm like... dude, you know, I offered you a Kleenex, what's up with this, you know, because I was kind of annoyed, you know. It's because, I don't know about you guys watching, but if that were me, or probably one of you guys, I mean, you'd have all kind of people getting on your case and talking about you. But I offer it to him again, and I'm like, kind of politely trying to say, what's up? I mean, refuse the Kleenex. I mean, you need to either go to the restroom or something. I mean, I'm offering you some Kleenex, what's up? And the snooty girl that's right next to him, I mean, the beginnings, I knew they're kind of associated with each other somehow, because I hear conversations behind me, you know, in beginning before class too. But anyway, I kind of say something politely, like I was just telling you, and why do you refuse the Kleenex? I mean, I kind of politely say something like, "What's their problem?" And I say like something like that, "What's the problem?" And she looks at me, you know, with her snooty makeup and snooty hairdo. And if looks can kill, she gives me this stare and says, "Why don't you mind your own effing business, you know? Why don't you mind your own F-bombing business?" And I'm like, and I was like, damn, somebody's got a disposition error. That's not exactly what I said. I remember I said something on the order, commenting on her disposition. I don't remember too much what it is, but my motion was like this. I was like, you know, I did that, "Oh, excuse me" posture, and I think I did say, "Yeah, well, excuse me." And other people kind of, heads kind of turned and all that stuff too. And it was a small group of people almost near them, you know. A small portion of the class was actually looking at me like I was crazy. You know what I mean? Because I guess I was the only person that, you know, that we had different age groups that, you know, we were temporarily unemployed and decided to do the college thing, you know, or we were collecting unemployment. But there was a lot of young crowd. But this is one of them deals, maybe you're the only one, maybe you go around with a beard once in a while and you got maybe a ponytail, you know, and occasionally maybe you're in classes where some of them are few and far between, and evidently they got a problem with you saying something because they don't like the way you look. How dare you, somebody that looks the way you do, criticize somebody else? Yeah, we can actually be ignorant and snort our nose and not refuse a Kleenex, and behind you, you're nobody, fuck you. And but if it was you doing that, you know, because maybe you have long hair and don't ever face shaved, if you dare, you know, snort your nose and refuse a Kleenex from somebody, you know, yeah, and they'll be waiting for you to, you know, do that shit so they can talk about you. But I mean, okay, there might be somebody watching too, you know. You can maybe the you might have had an experience like this. You might have been one of the very few oddball of another race, you know, and had an experience like this, like that, you know, to just do it behind you and like you're a nobody. Maybe, I don't know, you know, any of you watching, you know, you may have been one of the very few people that were black or another race or something, or maybe around your own people when a few of your own people were sucking up to the popular crowd and engage in weird behaviors, you know. And how I said in videos before, you can be a person that looks like me and your own will turn on you to get popular with the rest of the crowd, or you can be black watching and a couple other people you know that are black will turn around and, you know, side with the people with the ridiculous behavior because, you know, they pick and choose who, you know, ignorant behavior is like, ignorant behavior isn't ignorant behavior as you call it anymore. People pick and choose who they want to call on ignorant behavior, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. You know, like I had a few other experiences I'm going to talk about separately in videos because you can't put it all in the one video, but whether it's, you know, if you went to college before when you got unemployed, or you were in some other place and oh, you're just some person that looks the way you do. Yeah, you had some fancy job somewhere and with long hair and got away with it. Fuck you. We can engage in ignorant behavior behind you, you know. You're nobody. You know, we don't really like to do behavior like this, but we're just doing it behind you, you know, while we're sitting behind you because you're nobody and we can do it, you know. And we all have it all set up, you know, that our pals and comrades will stand by us, you know. Yeah, we got it all set up in conversation like, yeah, we're your buddies, we'll stand by you, yeah, go ahead and have some fun and do that behind somebody, you know, and see how they react and see if they'll turn around and say something. So so we can look at them like they're nuts and tell them to go fuck ourselves, and then get together later on after a class and go laugh about it, you know what I mean? And they then make comments about how he or she is dressed and all that stuff too, you know, because that's the name of the game. You know, people will do that in workplaces too, you know, and turn around and say do ridiculous shit like that, and it's kind of like set up and understood, you know, can be done around the person that's looked down upon, or some lesser individual, you know what I mean, and dare them to say anything about it, you know. But that's one of the funny ass experiences I dealt with. But yeah, I had other similar experiences like that too, in public places where people would sneeze and not cover their mouth, and it would, you know, and crap like that, or do or say ridiculous crap that if it was you, you know, oh fuck, all hell would break loose. But anyway, you get the idea what I mean. That's it for this video, and see you next time.